What's up, squad? I hope everyone is in fine spirits. Would y'all like to hear a story? Sure, you do. Yeah, sure, you want to hear a story. Um, it's not necessarily that funny or entertaining, but it's something that happened. So, recently I had a new member start on my team, and yeah, she's super cool and stuff. And she's into Gundam, and y'all know that I keep a bunch of my Transformers and stuff at the office. So, and when she found out that I bend bots and stuff, she's like, "Yo, considering this niche, this creative angle that you take with Transformers," she was like, "I have to imagine like you were probably into like Lego at some point, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, yo, before I was a bothead, I was big on brick bending. I was a brick bender back in the day, probably even before I was a bothead. And then the whole time she was just kind of looking at me, like just nodding her head. And then at the end, she was like, oh. I was like, what? And she was like, you said bot head. I was like, what do you think I said? And she was like, something else. And I was like, oh, lol. And I was like, yeah, I can see how those two things sound different, bot head and the other word. But yeah. So I was like, no. I was like, I bend bots with a B. Bend bots. And I used to bend brick. And she was like, oh. Finally got it. Anyway, but it was a fun little moment. And yeah, thought I'd just share the daily happenings of my life with y'all. Dude, I love this detail that LunarWorks/Ironworks has. Uh, you know, I feel bad for Grease Pit because yeah, these guys are a bit of a premium. I mean, look at all the paint on Over Air and like all of this stuff. Way more paint than any other bots, and they're premium, and I get it. But man, if you look at Grease Pit, the way they did our boy, like he has these additional details over here, but they're all stickers. Every new detail that Grease Pit has, they're all just stickers. He didn't get the treatment, and man, y'all did him dirty. But I guess because that's a Grease Pit, right? Anyway, in front of us, did I mention this already? This is a Botropolis combiner over air and Ironworks, Lunarworks, or whatever. And there's some unique things. This is like I don't even know what version this is. I've made so many, and I have another one waiting in the wings that I'm going to share with y'all that are slight deviation from the original one because I felt like the engineering was so sound on it. But this one celebrates Airwave over air versus Ironworks, which was all the other builds celebrate with him on top. Now we have a little bit of a difference. But the big thing that stands out over here is you see right over here, the leg is kind of crook because otherwise he's not going to stand straight. So it does look a little bit weird, like he's all cowboy stanced out, horse stance, but you know what? I don't really care. I had a lot of fun building this, and I had a lot of fun um, prepping him for recording, and I'm having a lot of fun right now recording this. So yeah, those little things don't really bug me. Yeah. So whether you have Botropolis or you just have an Airwave and an Ironworks, you can totally do this at home. And I'm going to go over how to do that today. I mean, that's typically what we do, right? We go over tutorials and yammer, mess around and riff and raff and this and that. Um, let's see, what's the best way to approach this? I'll start with the easy bits. So these are just Ironworks' legs, and the thighs rather, are kind of bent out so that we can plug in the double dealer rocket gun type thing. And Ironworks' legs, you bend the feet at the ankle pivot, and they become great shoulder mounts. Then you have Airwave's arm over here. You have Ironworks' arm over here. Ironworks torso on the bottom. Airwave arm, Airwave bit, Airwave leg, Ironworks arm. Yeah, an Airwave leg right there. Um, he's pretty simple. He's pretty simple. These are over air's thighs, and they're draped over, and they're actually plugged into the top of this. And on the back, do I have it plugged into something? I do. I have it plugged into the thighs, I believe, of Ironworks. But let's dissect him. Let's go over this. Yeah. So some of the really easy bits. Also, he's a little back heavy, so I got to stand over here. Some of the really easy bits, I am not going to go over. Okay. Um, so this standard Ironworks torso, right? Normally it'd be like this. You can see the head orientation is tucked in, but you're bending it up so that this peg is protruding upward. This is the front of the chest, but you're bending it 90 degrees. You plug in one of the Airwave arms, plug in the Airwave leg, or Ironworks, sorry. This is Airwave's arm. See, if I straighten it out, you can see that they are not perfect. This is a little bit long. That's why you got to crook it right there a little bit. Airwave's arm, the back of the Airwave accessory, and then we have the leg. Cool. You just kind of adjust it because in reality, there's no such thing as perfection. Yeah, just like that. Gravy, baby. Put that to the side. Like I mentioned over here, Ironworks leg, thigh bent 90 degrees out, double dealer cannon at the top. And over here we have the panel arm of Ironworks and his little gun. Not Ironworks, Airwave. Same thing. Flip the panel out, bend the leg up, plug in the Ironworks arm, hook, gravy. Standard Airwave torso. Oh yeah, this was kind of cool. All right. This was pretty cool actually. NGL, not gonna lie. So we connect this to this hinge right here. It's a pretty loose hinge. And this is the low, oh man, how long has this thing been blurry? Dude, why don't y'all tell me? And then from there, we're gonna take the hip posts and we are gonna plug them in to that one lone panel, okay? And then now this is all flippity flappity. What you want to do, you want to plug the waist connector of Ironwork or Airwave in there, and then those holes on the other side, you want to bring them over. You want to plug them in. Yeah. Now it's nice and secure, and it plugs in right there. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I tried to get this to hinge right there, but it didn't quite work out. Arm Anderson. Who knows what I was just referencing? Arm Anderson. If you know that, you're a fossil just like me. There's nothing wrong with being a fossil. Everyone gets there eventually. Everyone gets old. So any pride that people may have with being young, just know that beauty and age fade with time, my friends. Oh yeah, I forgot he needs a little back support. He didn't during the short. Maybe I had him standing different or something. But yeah, during the short, I don't recall him needing the Figma stand. Oh my gosh, he's been blurry this whole time. Y'all, come on, y'all. How did he get blurry like that? I thought he was in focus. There we go. Luke, use the force. Oh wait, that's not focus. It's Danielson. Focus, Danielson. All right, there we go. Yeah, he's slightly offset, but good enough, right, buckaroos? I will catch you all another time, okay? I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I sincerely thank you for your patronage of time, viewership, and likes, and that's all really, really important. And I feel like sometimes they make it downplayed because, you know, not just me, but every other influencer, every other channel out there will just say it, you know, it's like a mantra that you say brainlessly almost. Like, yeah, remember to like, share, subscribe, and blah, 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 blah. But no, anything that you can do to help this channel grow, you have my deepest, sincerest gratitude, okay? So thank you so much. I'll catch you all another time. Bye-bye.